Hello mouses! It's Strange Laws Day and you can't get much stranger than the persistent rumour that the only people allowed to go topless at work are tropical fish store owners in Liverpool. Let's go and have a look at just how accurate that is. Okay, first of all, we're going to start with the fact that there is no actual law against nudity in the United Kingdom. Scotland is a little bit more puritanical than the rest of us, but even there's no specific law against being nude in public. Although I have to admit, there are public order offences, so if you're going nude near a school, or on a beach that isn't usually reserved as a naturist beach, then there might be people who ask you to put some clothes on, and if you don't, then that can be seen as a public order offence. Public order offences being anything that basically disturbs the peace and causes people to have to deal with things that the law suggests that they shouldn't have to deal with on a daily basis, such as blowing up fireworks at 4 o'clock in the morning, persistently standing outside of an old people's home and playing loud music, or revving your car engine, or blasting your horn after 11 o'clock at night when people are trying to sleep, that kind of thing. It's public order offence because it disturbs the peace. So, as long as you're not disturbing the peace, there's no actual rule against you being nude. But what happens if you go into the workplace? Well, it's not really all that different. Okay, there are some licences that are required if you're running a strip club, but a lot of those are alcohol licences, late opening licences, and things like that. There are, of course, health and safety concerns. So if you're running a machine plant and you've got nude people in there, and some of the machinery is somewhere that you could trap your fingers, then you're going to have some safety clothes. And there's no getting around that. If you can trap your fingers, you can trap some other things. And the less said about that, the better. But what about food standards? If you're working in a bakery, expect to be made to dispose of all of your food if you're allowing your workforce to be nude. There's just general standards. It's common sense. You've got to wear a hairnet when you're working with food anyway, so if you're going to try nudity, you're going to have to wear a few more nets. And that is probably the strangest thing I've ever had to think of for any of these videos. So, in general, what is there stopping anyone from being nude at work? Well, not really an awful lot. Like I say, health and safety, food standards, and general public decency concerns are there. But if you're working in an office, there's nothing really there that's going to harm you if you're nude rather than wearing a suit. So, it all comes down to employer standards. If they want to allow you to be nude, that's their call. It's their private establishment. They can do what they like to a certain extent, especially with clothing requirements. As long as everyone is treated equally, then you're all right. So where does this idea of tropical fish stores come from? To be honest with you, I don't know, but let's face it, tropical fish stores often sell piranhas. There's no way I'd be nude around piranhas. I don't know about you, but I like to keep all my body parts attached to me and not savaged by fish. This video is just getting weird. So there you have it. It all comes down to basically personal preference. If you're working in an establishment you own and you're abiding by all the laws, then go for it. Be whatever you want. If you're working for an employer and they allow nudity and it doesn't offend all of the health and safety rules, food standards, public decency, public order, that kind of thing, then go for it. Enjoy yourself. Although I would say this. Put up a sign on your shop to say that your staff may be topless or nude or whatever, and then you'll be alright, because otherwise you're going to find that people bring in their children and then complain, and then the police come and you end up with the public order offences. So it's best to avoid that. Just put up a sign saying, warning, our staff are topless, that kind of thing. And it doesn't matter if it's a tropical fish store or Liverpool or not, because as Liverpool Council repeatedly says, this is not a law they've ever passed. It's not a law that they probably could pass. And it's one of those things, it's a persistent rumour that because it's funny, it hangs around, like the square cucumbers and straight bananas rules from Europe, which were never actually passed. Okay, that's all I've got time for today. Remember to click the like button if you like this, share it with your friends so they know that they can go nude at work as well, and subscribe for future videos. Until next time, I've been Kirk-Robinson, you've been watching a video, and I'll see you tomorrow.